In case you're just joining us, this is Farmwise on Housing TV Africa, and on today's episode we're looking at poultry farm. I will shock you, our guest has been on this show before. The previous episode he talks about catfish farming. He's no other person but Obima Uche. He will be the one to take us all through the process of poultry farming. And this poultry farming we're talking about, we're not just talking about broilers, we're talking about the turkey, we're talking about ducks and chicken as well. Let's meet our guest.
Attention, housing and construction brands. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Housing TV Africa, channel 149 on StarTimes, is your ultimate platform to shine. Whether you're a housing developer offering affordable homes, a building materials company, a mortgage bank supporting families, or a furniture, lighting, or interiors brand bringing style into every home, we've got you covered. Our crew comes live to your site, your showroom, or your project location, capturing your products, services, and your story in action. Real coverage, real people, real impact. And now, the exciting part, all of this is available at very affordable advertising rates. Yes, with Housing TV Africa, you can promote your brand without breaking the bank, while reaching millions of home buyers, decision makers, and investors. Don't stay hidden. Be seen, be trusted, be celebrated. Housing TV Africa, your #1 housing and construction network, on channel 149 on StarTimes. Call us today on 0916 500 0000 and let's build your business in the spotlight. Housing TV Africa, affordable rates, on-site reports, maximum impact.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Glad to have you come back on this show again.
Yes, welcome back. Thank you.
And today we'll be looking at poultry farm. I just believe that you give us something like the way the other episode you gave us details of everything. I believe you'll do same with this episode too.
Of course, why not if not?
Okay, can you tell us a little about poultry farming and why you choose all of them, the dogs, the turkeys, and the chicken as well?
Okay, first of all, I'm an animal enthusiast. I love animals. So having so many different kind of animals, it brings me joy. And if you're going to go into farming, apart from the commercial aspect, you need to have a certain inner passion that nobody can. It's just something inside of you. So even if I'm not selling, they're just over here. It gives me joy, it gives me peace, inner peace. So that's why I have different species of birds. I have turkeys, I have broilers, I have noilers, and I have my favorite, ducks.
Wow. Okay, so you mean duck is your favorite. Is it for commercial or just your personal?
I love ducks because of the food, eating it. I love the texture, I love the skin. I just, it's one of the poultry meat I've eaten that is different. Wow. I don't know how to explain it. Have you eaten it? Have you eaten duck?
I have eaten it when I was little.
You can grab one.
Okay, that was nice. Okay, so can you tell us how you started breeding, their feeding, and
Okay, so basically I started chicken farming a very, very long time ago, and now I'm more settled. So I basically major on broiler farming. But as of right now, most of my broilers are gone because somebody came and cleared all of them. So what I have here is my noilers, turkeys, and the ducks. So basically, most of them are at least 3 to 4 months old. Okay, so poultry farming is very labor intensive and capital intensive. You have to clean. You have to clean because they are very messy. They eat a lot, so obviously they poo a lot, and that poo invites a lot of bacteria and whatnot, and that causes disease. So I literally, as much as possible, try and clean every day. It's not easy, but I try as much to clean every day. And since I'm per se in kind of like in a residential setting, it's more onus on me to clean so that I do not disturb my neighbors.
Okay.
So basically, I more or less clean every day. I feed them, I give them water. Sometimes I even let them roam out, which is very important. It's good for them. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it.
Okay, for the feeding, do they all feed on the same food?
Yes, they do all feed on the same food.
Okay.
The food that we're giving broiler, any poultry, in fact, forget poultry, any bird, even some birds in the sky, if I give them the same feed, they will eat it. Why? It's still the same feed that is designed for chicken, that is designed for turkey, that is still the same. It's still the same thing. Most of this feed is mostly composed of corn, maize, and most birds that eat seeds eat maize. So most of them eat the same thing at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
So like the noilas.
Yes.
Is it for commercial purpose, or you just have them basically for because you love animals?
Oh no, I have for both commercial and personal reasons. Actually, as of right now, if you say you want to buy them right now, I'll give it to you. I will sell them to you right now. So basically, it's just for commercial reasons. And I love noilas because they come in different colors. Unlike broilers, they're just plainly white. But you know, that's one thing I love about noilas. And when you boil them, they're obviously, everybody knows their bone is much stronger, than broilers. Yeah, that's the noilas. Their bone is much more stronger, and the meat is a little bit sweeter, But yeah, but the advantage of broiler is that you get more meat, you get more flesh in them.
But they still feed on the same food.
It's the same food.
Okay.
Every one of them feed on the same thing.
So for someone who wants to start up a business like this, can you just give us a step-by-step?
Okay, if basically one thing you need is space. Definitely, you need spacing. And some people think that they have a small space. It can actually, as long as you have a space, you can do something. Even if it's 1 or 3 or 5 beds, you can still do something. So one, you need spacing. Then number 2, remember they are livestock. They eat food. So you have to buy, or you have to calculate down feeds that your birds will eat. You do not calculate the number of birds you want to have. That's the mistake most people make. Calculate the number of feeds that your money can get. Once you say, oh, my money can only get 10 bags of feed, then you now say, how many chickens will eat 10 bags of feed in 2 months, in 1 month? That is what you do. You don't want a situation whereby you say, oh, I want 1,000 beds. You get 1,000 beds. Then within 1 week, you start looking for, oh, I want to buy feed. I want to buy feed. Who knows? Maybe the feed price must have increased by then. Or maybe there's a shortage of feed. You don't do that. Plan yourself with feeding first. And if possible, buy the feeds down and keep before getting the birds.
Okay.
So once that is done, then also remember it's labor intensive. The cleaning is very, very tedious. It's hard. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie, but it's worth it at the end of the day.
So how often is the cage cleaned? How often?
I try and clean every day, but it's not that possible sometimes. But what I do sometimes, if I want to reduce my cleaning for the next day, I'll let them come out of the cage so that they can roam around, so that the cage is literally empty, because most of them are just, so that's a trick I use. If I don't want to clean the cage the next day, I'll just open the cage for them and they will come out. Okay, but more often than not, I clean the cage every other day.
Let's now look at their health. Do they have health challenge?
Yes, they do.
Flu?
You see, when you put a lot of organisms in a small space, there's a high incidence of infection. It's inevitable. So that's why cleaning is very important. It's not just cleaning of the environment, it's also cleaning of their feeders, cleaning of their drinkers, and also making sure that obviously the water you're giving them is clean water, and the feed you're giving them is not polluted or dirty. There are some feed, once water touches it, its fungus start growing on. You can't give it to your birds. You give it to them, they start having fungal infection. So I try and make sure that everything is clean everything, environment, the feed, the water, everything. And I do that basically. It's a daily routine. It's very tedious. I wake up sometimes 5 in the morning and I'm done around 11 or 12.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
So how do you know when they are ill, when they are down with infection?
Okay, if a chicken is ill, it will show you. The movement will be slow. It will not be as mobile as they used to. That's one. Or it will just stay in one place. Or there's one disease in poultry farming, which is coccidiosis, very prevalent. Once one shows a symptom of that, one of the symptoms is you see. I'm sure you must have seen this before. You see one chicken standing and he's closing his eyes.
Yeah, it's common with the local.
That is coccidiosis.
Okay.
So, and that comes up because of dirty environment. It's a protozoa. It stays in the soil. It can stay in the soil for years until one of the birds picks it up. I know chicken eats sand. They eat it for their gullet. It helps them, So once it enters into their mouth, it passes its lifestyle. That is one disease that mostly kills them. So what I do is I do both preventive measures, and my preventive measure is what? Cleaning daily.
Okay.
Or I have coccidiosis drug. They don't have coccidiosis yet, but I give it to them.
Okay, like a vaccine.
Yes, just a preventive measure, just in case. But it's not daily. It's like maybe in a week, just maybe twice. Then I stop. The next week, I can just give them just maybe twice. It's a preventive measure because coccidiosis, once it hits, it takes 1, 2, 3 very fast.
And it's spread.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because once one has it, definitely another one has it. Because it's still from the same ground where that one collect them now.
Yeah.
It's still the same ground where all of them did. So basically, I do preventive measure. That's one disease I'm always running away from, coccidiosis.
So aside from that, they don't have any other disease that.
Oh yeah, the other disease like my turkeys. One thing that's prevalent with them, one disease prevalent with them is pox. You see, even if you know, I don't know if you look closely, you see some of them do have. It's a viral disease. It's kind of hard to control, but what I do is I try as also preventive measure. Not only do I clean, but I also give them some antiviral drugs for that. But in some cases, like I do have some that do have. So what I do is I use natural method like palm oil. I get palm oil and rub it on the pox. So palm oil with time will now remove
and
the
it
pox.
works very well.
Yes, it works. Within 1 week or 2 weeks, you see the results. So pox is very common with my turkeys, but coccidiosis is very common with my chickens and with my broilers and noilers. My ducks, however, my issue is worms.
Okay.
They mostly have worms. They mostly get this, ducks, they are water beds. They mostly get these worms from the water. So I always deworm them. I always try regularly deworm them, because if I don't deworm them, they'll be eating, but they won't be getting big.
Wow.
The worm is eating it.
Eating up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So deworming, anti-coccidiosis drug, antiviral drugs for the turkeys. Those are the 3 most drugs I use. I also give them multivitamins, just for good
For
health.
the dogs, do you have a pond where they go to pull off once in a while?
Beautiful question. Now, I do not have a pond per se, but remember, the last video you were with me, you were in my fish section. I don't know if you had noticed, there's a place that is like a wet area where I discard my pond water. So in the morning when I discard my pond water, I built a dam so that the water piles up. So once that happens, the dogs go there and they, swim in, and so per se it's a pond. It dries out as the day goes by, but it's still okay because you will still see water there, and that for them is okay as long as there's water. They're good to go.
And the water will not cause any harm to them coming from a fish pond?
No. The water will not cause any harm at all. Yes, I don't. Ducks in the wild, the water is actually even more dirty. The water is actually more dirty than this one here. So their immune system is is designed to deal with small things like this, except for maybe worms, except if the situation overwhelms the immune system. But yeah, my pond water mostly acts as a reservoir for them.
Okay, what's the lifespan of your poultries?
Okay, as you can see, my broilers are all gone. Those ones, they don't waste time. I don't even want them to waste time. Broilers are designed specifically for meat production. They're not designed to live for long.
Okay.
Maximum 2 months. Let them leave your hand.
2 months.
That's how I do it. 2 months, let them leave your hand.
Like
If
2
not,
months, they are ready to be consumed.
yeah, what are you talking about? 4 weeks, I
Wow.
sell mine. And in 4 weeks, I get 2 kilos worth of bird,
Wow.
worth of size. When I take it to the market, nobody's going to ask me, is it 10 years old, 5 years old? No, they'll be like, wow, your chicken is big. I'm like, yes. And they bite.
Wow.
It's okay. It's good because broilers are genetically designed to grow fast within a short period of time. If you let them stay long with you, they begin to have congenital heart disease.
Okay.
Because they are not designed to stay long. They are designed for a very short lifespan. That's why if you see some people say, oh, I left some broilers, but they are dying. They are dying. Why are they dying? Because they are old. You're keeping them for what? Eat them. Do something.
Some people keep them for as long as 6
Yes,
months.
and some do stay for that long, but
Okay.
there will not be plenty.
You said your chicks 2 months and they are good to go.
Yes.
How do you feed them? Because a lot of people keep them for 3-4 months and they don't get as big as the table size.
Okay, well, there are different secrets to this thing. What works, that's one of the beautiful things I love about farming. There's not one rule. There are different ways. What works for farmer A might not necessarily work for farmer B,
Okay.
but it's working for farmer A. So this is my experience, this is my opinion. I just want to state that. So let me state this. Once it comes to broiler farming, remember they're supposed to grow within a short period of time.
Okay.
So I make sure there's food all day round, especially when they're small. When I mean all day round, even in the night. So in the night, their cage or their pen has light. I want them to feed in the night. Okay? It's very important for me. So, and then another thing I also do when they're small, I try to, apart from the normal feed I do give them, I also give them protein sources. Extra protein sources like what? Like I do have fish, I do grind it for them, just dried fish, and give them, or I can buy soybean and also give them. Why am I doing this? It enables them when they're small to grow more tissues, to grow more cells. By the time they get to like 4 weeks old, I can now start giving them more carbohydrates, like I said previously, just to make sure they attain weight at that point. So basically, when it comes to broiler, it's all about feeding them and feeding them all day round and making sure their pen house is clean. Once you can do that, I think that's okay. And make sure there's always water, because it's water that makes them eat. It's not food that will make them drink water. If they drink water, water aids digestion, and it also makes them hungry. It clears up their stomach and they're like, okay, now I'm hungry. But if you put only feed, you'll notice that some of them will start, the appetite will drop, or they will start behaving somehow. So water actually is very, very important. So I make sure that there's water all day round, and of course feeding, and of course the pen house is always clean. Like I said previously, I try and clean that every other day. And between 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I have broilers of very, very good size.
Wow.
Very good size, yes.
Okay, for the turkeys, how long do they stay?
Okay, now the turkeys now, they can stay as long as I want.
Wow.
Because the market for turkey is not like, it doesn't move fast like chicken. Some people buy turkeys for certain holidays, maybe like the American Thanksgiving, or maybe for Easter, or maybe for Christmas. So I noticed that I try to rear turkeys against those days. So sometimes turkeys can stay with me for like 6 months, 7 months. I have a very, very big one. If you look at him, he's a foreign turkey. You would think he's very, very old. That guy is just 5 months old.
That's serious.
Very, very big. So my turkeys, they stay long with me because the market is not as fast as chicken, you know, and you know they are more costlier. I sell a kilo of turkey as of right now. I sell a kilo of turkey of 9,000 naira. That's 1 kilo. I weigh the turkey first. If it is weighing 2 kilos, that's already 18,000 naira. You dig? Yeah.
So for the dogs,
Oh, the dogs! I love the dogs, and the dogs. I don't know. There's not really much markets here in the north per se. People are a little bit apprehensive. They associate dog with a dirty bird because they always see it in poto poto. They're like, oh, this is what. But dogs are so clean. Actually, they're very, very clean. Anytime you see them rolling in water or whatever, they're actually cleaning themselves. They are waterfowls. They're waterbed. I love them. They can stay from 5 months, 6 months. I let them stay from 5 because I breed dogs. So I let them stay for 5 to 6 months before I consider start selling. If somebody wants to buy one from me that is 1 month, 2 months, I won't sell because I want that specific one either to breed, if it's a male to breed with a female, or if it's a female to lay eggs. So my dogs stay with me for very long. The market here is not really that. I do have some specific people that I want, so yeah, I'm okay with that. I love my dogs, especially for the meat. Texture of the meat is beautiful.
So if we want to start a poultry farm, how much would they be looking at?
Okay, if you want to start a poultry farm, it depends on what you're. But if I should use a rough estimate, something that I should just so that you can just get your mind wrapped around, just get at least, let's say 300 to 500. And this 300 to 500, I want you to note, since you're just starting, it's not just beds, it's not just the feeds, you have to consider doing the pen house. You have to consider buying the equipment, the machineries, the drugs, all those things. So that's why I say 300 to 500, just in case. Okay?
Okay, so your final word, your final advice to people out there and to governments.
Yeah, my final word is we don't have enough chicken farmers, unfortunately. I wish we have more. I wish there can be more people that can be passionate about this thing and come into it so that we can supply the teeming population of this blessed nation. I also wish, like I said, if Nigeria, the federal government can help us with the feed price, if they can slash down the price of corn and some of these ingredients that make up the feed, it will really, really help. I mean, we produce a lot of maize, so I don't see why they can't, help us and subsidize, at least just for farmers. And it will help the nation because it will be cheap and more people consume more protein.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm grateful.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
That was Mr. Ovima Uche. The other time he came here, he complained bitterly about the price of corn. And this time again, he's still crying for the price of corn, which means corn is very, very essential, not just to man, but to animals as well. So if the government could help to let there be a way where we can have enough corn in circulation for man and for the animals so that we'll have good food and our economy will rise up. That's how much we can take on this episode until we come your way again next time on with another interesting episode of FarmWise. I am Mimi Tondu. Always follow us on our social media handles, Housing TV Africa, and do well to subscribe on our YouTube channel Housing TV Africa, and also download our Housing TV app on your Google Play Store. Bye for now.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.